everybody to this particular presentation. It's part of my Gold program, and if you're watching from overseas, love that you're here, really welcome you. We're going through this process, and as we do, I'm going to give you an opportunity at the end of each section to stop and think about the questions that you'll find in the manual. So you really should have that printed out. If you haven't, just stop the video now, go and print it out, come back when you're ready, start the video again, and we'll get into it. So we're getting into it here, and we're going to start out. I'm talking about the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Now, this is a book that was written by John C. Maxwell, and he makes a statement: follow them and people will follow you. And in my experience of leadership over 38 years, I've found that to be so true. And as I look through these laws, I think to myself, where can I improve? What can I do to actually make my leadership in my life, my family, my work, my social networks, how can I improve myself as a leader? So hopefully this short walkthrough will be good for you. Go off and buy the book if you want to research this in more detail, but certainly this will give you a synopsis. So we start off, we'll head off, firstly, look at the first law. The first law of leadership is called the law of the lid. A leader's ability is determined by the person's level of effectiveness. And this law talks about the fact that a leader is basically placing a cover over the top of the potential of their team, over the top of the potential of their business. And nothing can go past that level of lid. And the analogy that we use to help explain this is the concept of a flea circus. And I know that some of you will know a flea circus, others won't, but have a look online. The way they train fleas is they put them into a jar, put the fleas in, and then they put on a lid. Because if they don't put on the lid, the fleas will jump out. So by putting on the lid, the fleas jump up and they hit the top of the lid on a constant basis, and they're constantly crashing against it. And eventually, over time, they'll jump up and they'll stop just short of the lid. And once they've done that, you can take the lid off. They will never ever jump out again. So you're training fleas to do that. The same thing holds with your potential as a leader. If you put a lid on the potential, eventually, when that lid is removed, you'll only ever go to that level. And that's why we see leaders who are level 1, level 2 leaders, not level 9 or level 10, because the people above them have stopped them from rising higher. So is that an area in your particular life? Is your potential being stopped, or are you stopping the potential of other people?